Attention homeowners, are you thinking about trying to pay your home off early and you're not sure where to start? In this video, I'm going to be talking about 5 strategies to help you pay your home off early, which will save you tens of thousands of dollars on your mortgage. If this is the first time that you're watching my channel, my name is Seanu Uyehara. I'm a branch manager with Loan Depot, helping you with your home loans all across America. Whether you're buying your first home, buying a vacation home, or looking to build your real estate portfolio, I'm here to help you get your mortgage right. I put out videos every single week to help you understand your mortgage, how to manage it, and all the pitfalls to avoid so you don't make mistakes while being a homeowner. And make sure to hit the description below. There's links to more information. And if you ever have questions on your pre-approval or you need a second opinion on your home refinance, you can send me an email and we do a no-cost obligation to you because I want you to win and make sure that you do the right thing with your home loan. In today's video, we're going to be talking about how to pay your mortgage off. What does that look like? And how does that benefit you as a homeowner? And why should you even think about doing that? Well, one of the most obvious reasons is it saves you interest on the life of your loan. And depending on how much money you've borrowed on your mortgage, this could be tens of thousands, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars. And I'm going to go through 5 different strategies. Some of these you probably are aware of, but some of them you're probably not. So make sure you stay to the end of the video so you get all the details, and then you can decide what's the best way for you to be able to pay off your home loan. The first way to pay your home off sooner is through a refinance. Now, the misconception on a refinance is that most borrowers will only look at a 30-year fixed mortgage. Now, whether that's your decision to stay in a 30-year fixed loan or your loan officer just only showing you a 30-year fixed mortgage, you have to be aware that there are other options to refinance and shortening the loan term. You can go as low as a 10-year mortgage. The shorter the term, the higher your mortgage payment will be. So you do have to take that into account when you are refinancing. Now, if you're currently in a 30-year fixed loan, let's say you've been paying on your home for 7 years. So you have about 23 years left in your mortgage. What you could do to shorten up your time frame on your home loan is maybe refinance to a 20-year loan, or maybe even look at a 15-year loan. If you were to do something like that, you're shortening the life of the loan. And depending on what your current interest rate is and what the new market rate is, you will be saving quite a bit of money. Now, where a lot of you won in this strategy was back in 2019, 2020, when interest rates were at all-time lows. You've seen rates in the 2% range. You could have went from a 30-year to a 15-year, and because rates were so low, even though your payment went up slightly, it was such a minuscule amount that maybe you didn't really even feel the pinch. I even looked at refinancing to a 10-year mortgage because rates were so low. That's just one way, as a homeowner, you can strategize how to pay your home off faster. Now, in today's rate environment, this strategy may not work. It may not make sense for you because of where interest rates are. However, we all know that the pendulum will shift to the other side at some point. So once rates do come back down, this might be a strategy that you might want to implement to shorten your loan, get a lower interest rate, and pay your home off faster. My next strategy is a bi-weekly payment. This is also another commonly used way to pay your home off faster. But how does this strategy really impact you as a homeowner? So I have my laptop here and I'm going to run through a quick scenario so you can see this. Now, I'm just going to go to bankrate.com and you can easily pull this calculator up and play with these numbers yourself. Let's just say we have a principal loan balance of $400,000, and let's just say our interest rate is 5.5%. We are going to then calculate our payment. Our monthly payment is $2271.16. I believe this is just a principal and interest payment. Remember, you also have to factor in your taxes and your insurance. So you can see on a 30-year fixed loan, the total interest paid is $417,000. So it's actually more than what you initially borrowed. This is what we're seeing quite often these days, especially in the last several months as interest rates have jumped up. Now, here's where it gets exciting. If you make bi-weekly payments, so you take your monthly mortgage payment, divide that in half, you pay that every 2 weeks. This ends up squeezing in an extra payment by the end of the year. And you can see the total interest paid on this loan now gets reduced to $331,761. Massive, massive difference. You're talking about $80,000 in interest payments that you get to save just by making an additional payment and knocking down your interest by doing this every 2 weeks. So that's a really easy way where you don't need to refinance or really touch anything or modify your mortgage, that in that scenario, that borrower would save $80,000 on their mortgage payment just on interest savings. That's huge. Think about all the other investments you can make by saving money on that interest. We're always looking for hacks and ways to avoid paying interest with our credit cards. This is a great way to do the same thing with your home loan. And our next strategy to help pay your home off faster is house hacking. This has become a more popular strategy over the last several years, with Bigger Pockets talking about it more and just the explosion on social media. So let's just say you're single, or maybe you're even a couple with no kids, but you've got spare bedrooms in your home that are just sitting empty. You might want to rent out maybe a couple of those rooms to other roommates and people you trust, and you could then take that extra cash that they are then paying you to pay off your home loan. So instead of pocketing the money and going to spend it on a new car or fancy vacations, if you can be disciplined, take that extra maybe $500, $1,000, $1,500, whatever that ends up being, to then use that money to pay down your mortgage. You will pay your home off so much faster. And just think about that for a second. That last scenario I just showed you, let's say they were living in a 4-bedroom home. You have 1 bedroom for yourself, and you've got 3 spare bedrooms. Imagine if you rented out each bedroom for another $500 to maybe $600. That borrower would make another potentially $1,500 to $1,800 a month. And if we looked at that mortgage payment, it was just over $2,000. So not only could you do a bi-weekly payment, but imagine if you're applying another $1,800 a month towards your mortgage principal balance. You'd pay that house off in no time. So just a simple strategy by renting out your rooms and doing some house hacking can save you tens of thousands, if not in this case, probably a couple $100,000 of interest on your home loan. Now, similar to house hacking, you can also look at buying a multi-unit property. So many parts of the country, you can look at a duplex, triplex, or even a fourplex. As long as you're living in one of the units, you can finance this purchase as a primary residence. And imagine if you use FHA financing with only 3.5% down. Now you've almost instantly turned yourself into an investor by now leasing out the other units. Think about again, how much cash flow can you generate on those other units? Let's say you bought a fourplex, and what if you could rent out each unit for $1,000 a piece? Now you're making an additional $3,000 a month in cash flow that you would then apply back to your principal balance. So again, be disciplined, be smart about your purchase, and you could get yourself into financial freedom really quickly. If you're still watching this video, make sure to comment below, save me money, because this is what this video is all about. It's helping you save money, become smarter with your finances to get you to financial freedom, or help you build your real estate portfolio. And my next tip is called a mortgage recast. So this is something that doesn't really get talked about too often in the mortgage industry, but it's a really cool tactic that can help you, again, pay your home off faster. So let's just say you are coming into an inheritance, or you work a commission job and you have a really good month in your sales, and you've got an extra tens of thousands or maybe you come upon a couple $100,000 of cash. You can then put some of that money towards your principal balance, and your mortgage servicer, who you're making your payments to, will then re-amortize your loan on a new payment. But the thing about this program is that you need to call your mortgage servicer first, one, and see if you're eligible to do a recast. And you also need to find out what are the requirements, because some lenders will require a certain amount of capital in order to qualify for the recast. I know on one of my properties, I called the lender before, and I believe they wanted $50,000 from me. So I ended up not doing the recast. But again, it's another way. It's a lot more cost efficient than doing a refinance. Because remember, on a refinance, you're still going to pay a few $1,000s in closing costs in order to get that done. So if you come into a bunch of cash, you find yourself in a better financial position. If you don't look at buying another rental property or building your real estate portfolio, you can do the recast. And remember, it's a cost-efficient way of re-amortizing your loan, lowering your payments, and then accomplishing the number one goal of this video, which is to pay your house off faster. So if you found this video helpful, make sure to share this with your friends so they can also get to a place of financial freedom. And thanks for watching, and I'll see you on the next video.